Joe here, Southern Coastal Cooking. We are at the White Star Line Titanic Museum in Pigeon Forge.
And we're getting on the boat.
Yeah, we're about to get on the boat. They're going to take us back in time here and show us all the history about the Titanic. We can't wait, y'all. First thing we've done, they've given us all names of people who were on the boat. Let's see, I got Bruce Ismay. Who are you?
Violet Jessup.
Okay, and Catherine Fay, who are you?
Lucille Carter.
All right.
The richest teenage girl on board.
Oh, the richest teenage girl on board. All right, great. So now we're going to go to the boat. This is the first room you walk in here.
So let me tell you a little bit about our artifacts.
Okay.
As we go through the museum, everything in the cases or under glass are all Titanic artifacts. Our artifacts were either found floating in the ocean, came off victims' bodies, carried off by survivors, or even mailed off the ship. RMS is Royal Mail Ship. We actually had more mail than we did humans on board. We were also the first ship to have a gift shop, so people were buying things in the gift shop and mailing them home like we do today. So this one is owned by the Titanic Historical Society and valued at $150,000 right now.
That's
Now,
an expensive
first
chair.
class passengers like yourself would have rented this for $1 a voyage. Now, to put that in perspective, I make $5 a month, so I'm not going to use one of my whole dollars just to be able to sit down on a deck chair. There were 655 deck chairs on the Titanic. Only 7 are known to exist in the world,
Wow.
and we have access to them.
Wow.
You're packing everything. Like, probably would have packed your sewing machine because you sewed your own clothes. Or if Dad had some special tools, he would have like a tool, dye, something like that. They would have packed this in there too. Now this belonged to a third class passenger. There was a little girl's blue shirt in it, and we'll see that upstairs in the children's gallery. We think she was about your age.
Well, this is a
Smoking room, and it had mother of pearl inlay. It was gorgeous. Probably if you Google it, you can see.
Oh yeah, I've seen it on TV before.
Yeah.
Talking about the smoking room.
And sometimes you get to see, the Olympic, her sister ship, they were identical inside and out, and they sold her for scrap in 1935. So they were identical. So if you can see, what the Olympic would look like, then it was the Titanic. Exactly the same.
This is just a cutout of what first
We call it
class.
the cutout, we call it the doll houses, or the girls.
Yeah.
And what I love is people will actually.
And that's supposed to be us right there. Yes, y'all. This is cool. This is another little cutaway. Show us what the thing is. Around the Clark restaurant.
Yeah.
Which one, babe? Oh yeah, I showed them that one already. Yeah. I've always been interested in the menu of the dining. I've looked that up several times. It's pretty neat.
And they have a pool.
Yeah, they had a pool down there.
And there's water.
Yeah, that's the ocean.
Yeah, the ocean.
The Titanic's route, and she was just telling us that they actually had a stop, 2 stops. That some people got off on those stops.
Mail got on and off, so that's how we got a lot of the mail.
That's pretty neat. You always wondered that route. Yeah, with the dates, and there's the iceberg.
Yeah.
There's where she was supposed to go to New York City.
Now, the way to her men arrived because he wasn't on the ship.
Yeah.
What happened is, Captain had a 12-year-old little girl named Helen, and he told her he was going on one more voyage, and she got upset. She didn't want Dad to go to work. Dad's going to be away from home for at least a month or more. So she did what all of us girls do to get our way. She was fit. So Captain left Ben at home, and he became a source of
Another timeline here.
I just want to know. Blueprints. Do you know what blueprints are?
Also had a kosher chef food service. And look, they even had a menu over here.
They actually
thing I'm very
catered
interested in.
for the needs of the Jewish passengers. So this wasn't discovered until about 2 years ago, and that's because a plate came for auction. It wasn't a Titanic plate, but it was a White Star plate, and it had meat in Yiddish and meat in English. And there was one that said no, and everyone was like, what is this? So everyone started researching and found out that all White Star ships had a kosher kitchen and a kosher ships. So then we got with a Jewish author in Israel and found out that he has identified 69 Jewish.
Here's a guy that I'm supposed to be portraying here. Joseph Bruce Ismay. There he is. He was chairman of White Star Line. You ordered room service, or you were in the a la carte restaurant in the first class.
And then on this side is the first class dining room.
Oh, wow. Yes, look at that.
Yes.
Now tell me what that plate's worth right there.
Yeah. And then I love to tell boys and girls, you know, you had 10 courses for dinner, so you had a fork, a knife, a spoon for everything. So this is cake fork.
Oh, wow.
Okay, you're a big guy. You're not going to use that little fork for cake,
Yeah,
are you?
no.
You're going to use your...
Yeah.
And then this is a cheese spoon.
Cheese spoon. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
My favorite is we don't have any, but they actually had grape scissors.
Uh-huh.
It was considered rude to pluck the grape off the stem at the dinner
Oh.
table, so you had to use grape scissors.
Catherine Faye would like, that's her job, is to pluck the grapes.
Oh, so she could have grape scissors.
Yeah.
If you Google it, they look sort of like small sewing scissors, and they look like birds, and you put your fingers through the wings, and then the beaks are what cut the stems off.
Interesting.
So we don't have any, but it's listed later on, and everyone's like, what is a grape scissor? Did you hear that? Grape scissors. It was considered...
So cool.
Because they couldn't take
This talks about this little piece of carpet. This is a piece of carpet out of the Titanic. And the way that it got here is actually one of the workers on the Titanic took a scrap home, and over the years, someone used it to prop up a table leg, and they found it years and years later in the ruins of the home, and that little square right there was used underneath somebody's table. It's worth $30,000 now. Absolutely amazing. This talks about the Grapes Pub. I don't know if y'all remember that off the movie, but that's where Leonardo won his ticket. And that's actually, he didn't actually, obviously he didn't win a ticket there, but someone actually did win a first class ticket back in the day there. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And the pub is still open today. Grapes Pub. So the actual wood off the Titanic that floated up on the grand staircase. Some of the rescuers actually picked it up, floating in the water. And here is for dishes.
I like this dish because it goes on the side of it's a side dish.
Yeah.
Now
That's cool.
there's a bone plate too, but the bone plate is sort of longer.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a side dish, so I can see a pretty salad there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if your kids don't like their food to touch, this was before the divided plates, I guess. But I really like that.
That's neat.
And a lot of people ask about the notches in the knives. That was to help pop the oysters open.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they have those.
Yes, this is a bed warmer that will fill with hot water, and obviously, rub the sheets over with it. That's cool. Look at this, y'all. There's a model. Absolutely beautiful right there. That is gorgeous. Can you go shovel some coal? Let's look at this. Let's pick up shovel, put some coal in the furnace. Pick it up and put the coal in the furnace. Let's see. We'll help you. Oh yeah, look. Put it there. Put it in there. Oh yeah. Let's take it. Burning hot, y'all. That's cool.
I know it's loud. So feeding the Titanic was like feeding a small city. They could have held 3,500 people. We had 2,200 people. So it was 75,000 pounds of meat, 40,000 eggs. Of course, my mind goes to how did they keep it from breaking? 2,200 pounds of coffee, 10,000 pounds of sugar, 2,200 barrels of flour, 10,000 pounds of cereal, 36,000 oranges, 16,000 lemons, 3,500 gallons of milk. I'm the mom of 2 boys. That is not enough milk. 6,000 pounds of butter, 7,000 heads of lettuce, and 40 tons of potatoes.
Wow.
So I always wonder who peeled the potatoes. And then, as I said, you had a fork, a knife, a spoon for everything. So if you can see, you have a fruit fork, fish fork, oyster fork, butter knife, fruit knife, fish knife, dessert knife, dinner spoons, dessert spoons, sugar tongs, and grape scissors.
Interesting.
And
You know, the only thing I'm surprised now on there is salt.
there is, it's just not one of the ones that we picked.
They had a ton on there.
And we
Look
did
at that.
have large refrigerators. We
Oh.
actually had 1,700 quarts of ice cream, and in first class they had frozen custard. And then we went town to town talking about the Titanic and showing the pictures. And when White Star found out, they asked him to stop. When he kept talking about the Titanic, it kept everyone's emotions high, and they weren't buying tickets to White Star lines. So I sort of liken it to 9/11. We don't see the planes in the towers, and it's everyone's emotions. So Father Brown put all these pictures in a trunk, put it in the attic of his church, died in 1960, and these were not his unique artifacts. It has to do with Selena Cook. Her husband is already in America and had set up, got a job, set up a house, and just sent for her. And she's so excited because her husband got her second class tickets. But poor Selena has my luck. She's on the world's biggest ship with the world's best food, and she has a toothache, can't eat a thing.
Oh.
So when she gets to America, she has her tooth pulled, and that is her tooth. That is her real tooth. I told you it's our yuckiest, most unique artifact. And she puts it in her wedding ring box, and she puts that in her pocket. And anytime she has a bad day, she reaches in and touches that box with her tooth in it, and it reminds her, girl, you survived the Titanic, let's go. So it reminds her to be thankful for what she's got. So all of this, and this is second class china. This is my favorite. I love the second class china. Yeah, I love second class.
Third class or stewage rooms here. Look at that. A lot of these people never had electricity or running water, so this is real luxury to them. Even has a sink. No bathroom though. They had to go use a public restroom outside.
Is to go to the gymnasium, the lifeboats, or to walk. People love to walk after eating. They said it was good for your constitution. And they called it a promenade.
Yes.
So you would walk the promenade. And then this is first class.
Come on, Captain Bay.
Hello, Officer Jeff. How are you today?
All right.
This is our parlor suite. There were 34 parlor suites on board. A parlor suite is 2 bedrooms, your own private bathroom, which was unheard of on a ship, and a parlor. Each one was decorated differently. This is the Regency style, and that is 24 karat gold leafing around the top, just like the grand staircase. Now, what's ironic about this is that looks like a dollar sign, right? But that's also his initials, Isidore Strauss. And he owns Macy's department store. So I guess if my initials made a dollar sign, I'd rock it too.
But no, this, the Strausses were the couple, the older couple that went down with the ship, right?
Yep, they would not leave each other's side. She said, where you go, I go, so we will live together, so we will die together. And they were last seen holding hands on the deck of the Titanic.
This is what the first class hallways would look like. And if y'all could hear in the background, you hear the rumbling of the engines. And that was normal. And they said when they hit the iceberg, they didn't feel the bump, but they felt the engine shut off. Very it's what you were seeing going down the first class hallways of the Titanic.
This is an
Was
optical
Maryland, too,
illusion.
yes.
The way this room is decorated is the first class dining room. The walls are fancy. But in real life, this room sat 500 people.
Oh,
So
wow.
big room.
Where's the violin?
This room's all about musicians.
Mm.
There are 8 musicians on board. They always played in a trio or a quintet. It wasn't till the night of the sinking that all 8 of them got together to help calm the chaos. As the movie shows you, the lead musician does replace the other musicians to have the same theme. But when they walked off, he started to play his favorite hymn, and they all went back to play with him. bodies were ever recovered.
25th anniversary of the movie, and they've got, there was no Heart of the Ocean. It was just, but they do have a replica here just for fun. That's pretty neat. Stuff from the movie. It's the crew. This is the helm here of the bridge. Neat.
And here's another one of our displays, because we're honoring military this year, this month. And then they're wondering how many military people on the Titanic served in the military. So we broke it down to several different wars.
Even had some people from the Civil War.
He was a painter, and he's one of our Jewish passengers.
What's that? That was the throttle there. What's that? Captain Faye, can you drive that ship? Wow, that's what, look out there, you can see like the stars and the night. So this is Molly
This
Brown.
is Molly Brown, and herself and several of the first class passengers wanted to thank the captain of the rescue ship, the Carpathia. So this is Captain Ralstrom. So this is called the Loving Cup, and that was given to the captain of the Carpathia, and then all the crew members got this medal because they made the Carpathia go 2 knots, which is about 4 miles an hour faster than she'd ever gone before to get to the survivors. And they had to go around 6 icebergs to help find us. So they put their lives in jeopardy too.
The cold night room, look, in the water, 28-degree water.
I'm going to have you do something on your video.
Okay.
So come over here to the water.
All right.
And the first time, I just want you to stick your hand in flat like this and don't move it and count to 3 and tell us how it feels.
1, 2, 3. Oh, that's cold.
Okay, now put your hand in and just wiggle your fingers and tell us how it feels.
Oh, that's really cold. Whoa,
So we do
man.
that to the students
Look at
because
that.
it makes them realize when they're moving, they're losing body heat.
Yeah.
Now, if you would put your fist in, that stays warmer than those little fingers.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do that as science experiments for the students.
That's cold. Wiggle your fingers.
Oh my God, that's ice cold.
Yeah.
I
Children. Yes. The little ship.
Most of the children that do not survive. Oh, we have her picture over here. I forgot. Here's your picture, and here's your brother's picture. See, I told you she had a big bow in her hair, just like you. See your big bow?
Good.
And then that's your little brother. Now her family is hard to follow because dad is named William Carter and brother is named William Carter. Mom's name is Lucille Carter and your name is Lucille Carter. Evidently women named their daughters after them, but there wasn't a junior or anything like that. So there's several people. It's hard to tell their story because you're like
Actually, it shows from a half hour on
15 minutes and
15 minutes and 2 minutes. All right, so she can walk up that one. She got to try the next one.
this was 15 minutes before we sang.
There you go. All right.
Alright, you made it.
Right on that one. Then you can try the steep one over here.
Just sit down on your butt and slide down.
Last one was 2 minutes before sinking.
Now, what I want you to remember is your hands are icy and cold,
I know.
icy and cold,
You probably had on heels.
and we have rubber bottom shoes.
Yes.
Only the billionaires can afford rubber bottom shoes.
Yeah,
That was a hard
She even has
one.
rubber bottom shoes on and she's having a hard time.
There she goes. All right. Wow. There we go. Lifeboat. Well, it kind of looks like. They have some stuff for the kids. This is 20. But there definitely is some shit, things like that. Some more stuff from the movie. Very neat. This is the survivor and the ones who perished. The wall, all the passengers, our passengers that we portrayed did all survive. Look at that. Look at all the people who perished. The crew, huge amount. First class, second class. Look at all the third class passengers over there who perished. It's a really, really neat tour here. Highly suggest it if you're in the area.
The real man is
It's the largest Lego rendition of the Titanic.
Two weeks later, I got a letter from the corporation that says, congratulations, you won the Bronze Award for the best autobiography in the world. They charge $1 for the book. Now, before I went down to my dive, they said,
He's already completed 7 How old is he now?
Down the grand staircase as we exit. Wow. Just gonna get this whole area again. All right, y'all. So that was it. That was a great tour of the Titanic. Look at that thing here in Pigeon Forge. Y'all gotta come check it out and see it and take the grand tour, y'all. Awesome.